The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosani. Presented by Tyler Quillisi. The Kite Runner is a fiction book that represents the transformation Kabul went under Soviet and Taliban occupation. Kite flying was an annual competition between the youths of Afghanistan to determine the best kite flyer and the best kite runner. Kite flying is an ancient tradition in Kabul. This festival is anticipated year-round and serves as a way to compete for bragging rights. Kite flying has two separate competitions. The first involves the kite flyers. They go out early in the morning to start the competition. The goal of the competition is to cut the opponent's kite string with the string from their own kite. It is also important to note that the kites are let up around the city, so they are not concentrated in an area. These rules allow for a wide variety of tactics, such as glass-coated strings and kites made from tissue paper. As Amir, the main character, says, Afghans cherish custom, but arbor rules, meaning that this is the way it has always happened, and any change would ruin it. The second part of the kite festival happens directly after a kite is cut. The runners come in and they chase the drifting kite until it hits the ground or one of the runners catches the kite. One of Amir's best friends, Hassan, is the best kite runner in the city. He has an inhuman ability to determine the location of the falling kite even when it looks to be going the other way. The only rule in kite running is that once a person lays their hands on the kite, no one can take the kite or harm the person with the kite. This rule is almost never broken to retain a sense of skill over power. The only prize for winning this massive event is bragging rights, which are more cherished in Afghanistan than anywhere else in the world. It is these bragging rights that compel all of the youth in the surrounding area to face off every winter to determine a champion. Similarly, if you catch the final kite cut in the kite flying competition, you don't earn a physical prize. You only earn your own pride and the respect of your peers. In 1991, the Taliban came to power in Afghanistan. They ended this countrywide competition. They saw the symbol of hope and the competition represented by the kite flying and said it was a time the people were not praying to God. This clash of heritage and religion was not welcomed by the remaining citizens of Afghanistan. But what choice did they have? The Taliban had guns, power, and a desire for violence. All the Afghans had were their customs. All of the change that has taken place during the Taliban occupation is observed by a shocked Amir as he returns from America on a request from one of his oldest friends. Amir's family had been able to escape the Taliban and left the country when he was a teenager. He sees the destruction first, then the hordes of beggars, and then finally the violence. All of this devastation caused by one group to deprive the Afghans of hope, joy, and their traditions. Some of these traditions still exist, but are distorted beyond recognition, like soccer games. At halftime, multiple people are partially buried in pits, which they cannot escape. Then, senior Taliban officers brutally murder them with stones, knives, and trucks, all to demonstrate their power over everyone's life and to take away their hope. Sadly, many terrorist groups still exist in many places around the world, with the goal of removing tradition, joy, and customs, like kite flying, from those who have practiced them for thousands of years. Reading The Kite Runner has helped me better understand those who have had to flee their country for survival, leaving a piece of their heritage behind.